Hey everybody, it's Bust with Bust Builds Decks number 2. Today we're going to be deck building in Balatro, so let's dive on in. So since the previous video and the last one we played through the base difficulty of the red deck, we didn't complete the run, but I have since finished that one off. Today we're going to be out here with the blue deck, and so as opposed to the previous red one to where you get +1 discard every round, blue deck gives you +1 hand every round. And so playing on the base difficulty, hopefully we'll get this leveled up sometime soon, get ourselves up into those higher difficulties, but still out here learning, having a good time along the way. And so, reasonable enough start here. The boss, I don't care too much about. The discard 2 random cards played. We can deal with that as it comes up. Double your money on the first round is going to be a waste, so we'll definitely battle the small blind. And then it's not terrible of a skip on the big blind. The shop has an uncommon joker. You wouldn't get access to it until after you fight through the boss round, but that's something that we can consider coming in and taking. All right, reasonable enough start. Kicks things off with just a with a full house. We could look to build towards a straight flush, right, with the 9, 10, 7, 5 of hearts. But I think we'll just play out all of the smaller cards, hang on to the big pair, and then I think whatever hand we play second will just automatically get us to the next round. 69 by 4, nice. nice little scoring set there, huh? All right, where are we at? Here's a straight. I see the straight in here. Doesn't really matter. Only need 24 points to get into the next battle. GG. And so, yeah, I feel the need to give a little bit of a review of Balatro. Over the course of the past weekend, I didn't make a video yesterday because I was spray painting the ceiling in our basement. I'm trying to get the basement finished so we have more hangout space down there. And one of the common things you do is spray paint the ceiling. Here, what do we got here? Not a particular. Oh, it's not even a joker. I'm not opposed to taking the spade build around here early. Otherwise, we could look towards the buffoon pack to find a joker. Let's see if we can't get some build around stuff getting here from the start. What do we got? I'm always fine with this random multiplier, and then retrigger face cards is not the kind of build around I like to see. And then we'll take the spades thing as well. Move into the next round. And so yeah, I went to Home Depot. I rented a paint sprayer. I sprayed like 7 gallons of paint on the ceiling. It worked out very nice. It looks good. I'm not very technical when it comes to these things, and I managed it pretty well. And here we're gonna build towards the clubs. See what we can do with that. But the thing that happened is I didn't ask what the cleaning policy was. Like, I cleaned the paint sprayer for almost an hour and a half. Like, I followed the manual. I cleaned everything that the manual said until it was as clean as that thing said to do. And then I took it back to Home Depot, and the guy was just like, "Oh, okay, looks good. You're good to go, Bus. See you later." And so I was like, huh. I'm kind of skeptical because when it comes to like painting anything, it's easy to just get paint on fucking everything. And I had paint on stuff, but the dude said that we were good, so I assumed that we were good. Here, I think I'm looking to just skip over all of these. The voucher is not that bad, but I do want to ramp up to 25 gold. And so I thought that we were all good. I thought we were in the clear. Then I checked the bill, and they slapped a $100 cleaning fee on there. And I was like, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. I was not instructed on what I specifically needed to do. It didn't list. I did everything it listed in the instruction manual that you were supposed to do, and then I still got hit with the fee. And I'm fine with that. If I had made the decision of, okay, well, I'm just not going to clean it and return it and pay the $100 to let them do it. But I spent almost an hour and a half cleaning the fucking thing, and then I still had to pay the bill in the end. And so I left a nasty review on the survey, not on the Google, not on the Google, but. I was telling my wife about it, and she said that it was if I'm going to be the guy that leaves reviews on everything, which is apparently what life is turning out to be, that I have to leave a positive one as well. This is where this long ass story is circling back to. I have to leave a positive review on something, and I don't know how many hours I have into Balatro. I feel like I don't know. It's in the double digits, but less than 3, right? I don't know. I feel like if I played this game for 100 hours, we wouldn't be stuck down here on base round at this point. But my review of Balatro is very fun, and there's a very good chance this is the most cost-effective game throughout the year 2024. And so what I mean by that, if you spend the $15 or $12 or whatever it is on Steam, and then you get like 200 hours played out of this. Like, that is a very good dollar to time spent ratio spent on any video game. And I think there's a very good chance that Balatro is the highest one of the year. And so, positive review, negative review to Home Depot for the day, positive review for Balatro. Let's go ahead and focus in on this run now. So let's see. The first discard of round only has one card, destroy it, and earn 3. I don't think I've seen this before. That's quite powerful. We did pass on the discard voucher on the previous round, which would have been kind of nice with this thing, but I feel like this is really going to let us build around a certain specific deck that we want. And we do still have I know it's hard to see up here in the top right, but we do still have the convert to spades thing. And so I could definitely see us trying to build up to some kind of like straight flush style of deck with the usage of this card. That's very powerful. Otherwise, earn 5 if you play a pair and then it changes every round. I'm never a huge fan of that. Clearance sale is not that bad. 25% off everything the remainder of the game. Like, once you get up to like 8 purchases, it's paid for itself. It's not that great here, but it would probably pay for itself by the end of the run. Otherwise, it's just some packs. So I'm definitely picking up this first discard Joker. And then I think we can stop here. If we activate the trading card once, that's going to get us up to 20 gold. And then we'll have the 4 interest gets us close to that 25 to where we just keep getting money over and over, or we keep getting that max interest every turn. And so I think that's fine. And so, yeah, I will probably want to just play every round since we did pick up the discard a card thing to start thinning out our deck. Let me make sure none of these are too crazy. Pick up a double planet pack isn't that spectacular. +3 round size headed into the boss isn't that bad. But, yeah, we can just play every round from here. Strap in for a long video, right? as long as we don't come out and punt this one, we should be in pretty good shape. And so, how do we want to start this? It's like, I immediately look at it and just be like, all right, we can start converting to spades a little bit, right? If we want to maybe build a little bit towards a straight flush, we're going to just discard this 3 though, right? I want to get that thing out of our deck and see where we start to build to. Now, this is where it gets like a little interesting, right? I'd kind of like to just start building towards spades. We do have 2 good face cards and then the 10 that gets you up into that royal flush space. I think that's the angle that I'm looking to take here, but we're still a little bit short of the flush. So let's discard all this crap out here to the right and then see if we don't pick up another high card. We picked up the jack here and a spade. So I think we can start to pop. Gonna use the tarot card to turn some of these into spades. A little bit far from a straight flush, but I think this is fine. I had to double check on the trading card. It's the first discard of the round. We can't use it over and over again. All right, good stuff. Easy peasy. 16 hundy on the round, singular flush. Nice work, team. Got that +4 interest. Feeling good, feeling good. What do we got now? Starting to get kind of expensive. Oh, it's a rare Joker. That's why it's so expensive. So you get an X3 multiplier if your hand contains 3 of a kind. I'm not amped to build towards 3 of a kind. Like, we're really pushing towards flushes, straights, just a big high card style of hand. So I don't think we want it. Retrigger all cards played for the next 10 rounds. Kind of whatever to me. Let's just go ahead and pick up this the voucher. I have to assume that we'll get it paid off. Like, the way that these games, at least in the base round, have felt to me, is that you, for the most part, like, get up to the 25. Then once you have the 25, you're spending like 10, 15 gold every turn, and then just like buying out everything. And so I think we'll be kind of okay in that space. All right, though, gotta kick things off with a full house if we want, but. Well, this is kind of interesting, right? So we can play the full house first. Because I want to be dumping off the smaller end of our cards, right? If we can look to make big straight flushes, we want to get the smaller cards out of our deck. But I don't want to burn out a 7 and then miss out on being able to play the full house here. But this full house shouldn't be enough to score 1,200. Maybe? These are all pretty low value cards. It's going to depend on what the misprint multiplies to, I think. Doesn't seem like too much of a high roll to me, though. Shit, went too high. we flew a little too close to the sun there. Maybe we should have just played the 2-pair. But that was a pretty... We hit like a 19 multiplier on that misprint, didn't we? It felt like we hit a pretty big number there. Nah. All right, so what do we got? 100 chips if the hand contains a straight. That's a fairly reasonable early game joker for what our deck is doing. And then otherwise, Ice Cream's not terrible. It's another just good early game card. So if we do find ourselves stuck playing like a small flush, then we still get a bonus 150 chips and get a pretty decent value out of it. It should help carry us through the early game pretty well. And we still could buy a pack if we want. 3 gold will take us down to 23. Assuming we use our joker, we'll go back up to 26. See if we can't stack up some of the hands we're looking for. What is this? Trips, 2-pair, full house. We'll just take the high value one. A lot of similarity in hands that can make full houses and hands that can make straight flushes if we're just building up to 10s and higher. As long as we don't mess up our discards, right? First hand is drawn face down. Now, this is something I found kind of interesting in a previous round with this face down stuff. These cards still show up in the order of rank, and then you can still sort them by suit. And so if you have more cards in your hand, like say we knew the card that I just highlighted here was an ace of spades, then we would know all the cards over here to the left were aces, and we could just play 4 of a kind. And then you can kind of rearrange things based on suit if you have a little bit more information. But we don't have a lot here. I am going to rank sort it, so the cheapest card or the lowest value card will be out here on the right. We'll just go ahead and discard that. Who knows what it was? Now we'll just discard the other guys out here to the right so we can kind of figure out what's going on. We only have 1 discard left. We do have 5 hands to play, so we can just kind of free play some of these cards. We do, again, have some information though, right? This card here kind of explains a little bit more what I'm saying. It showed up between Jack and 10, so it's either a Jack or a 10. We know that we can either play 3 of a kind Jacks, where we can play 2-pair Jack, Jack, 10, 10, and then get whatever bonuses that would get for us. I think that's kind of okay. I'm going to go ahead and play this card out here to the left as well, just to get that information back. And so it was a queen. Sucky queen to discard. It was a queen of spades, but not a bad 2-pair. Then we still get a lot of bonus value in our hand up here. And we just straight up won the round with the 2-pair. Good job, guys. Tell you, that misprint is quite powerful. All right, cruising right along. What do we got here? The straight flush level up we most certainly want. Play every card when we're scoring. That's not as big of a deal. If we're shooting for all 5-card hands, then getting those extra cards in the bonus doesn't count. Like, you really want the splash if you're playing towards like 3 of a kind with a bunch of stones in your deck and stuff, but that's not what we're doing here. Now, what's this? You get to re-roll the boss blind 1 time per ante at $10 a round. That can be pretty useful in the sense that we're trying to build towards spades. And then there are some boss rounds that I have a lot of trouble beating, like you only get to play 1 hand, is one that I've lost to over and over and over and over again. So that might be something that we want to pick up. Takes us down to $31, and then we can still buy other stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. We can pretty much just buy out the shop at this point. I guess we are getting pretty close to making that voucher worthwhile, right? We took the 3 off of the 3 cost off of the voucher, and then we're gonna buy like 3 other cards this turn. That's up to $6. That's definitely gonna be paying itself off. We're only on ante 3. All right, so what do we got? Turn something into glass. That's fine. Switch things to diamonds. I'm not opposed to switching to diamonds. I mean, we have been building towards spades, but it's only 1 card at this point. I'm not entirely certain what we've discarded out. Spades are our most common, but then diamonds are our second most common. 16 spades to 12 diamonds. I think I'm just gonna take the glass card. We'll put it over here on a spade. Let us build up a big hand. I'm still uncertain how I feel about the glass cards, and that, you know, you want to put it on a card that you're actively using, but you also kind of want it to be on a card to where you want to get it out of your deck, and so it's kind of tough to pick. This is a second convert to diamonds. A little bit of whoopsies missing on those. But destroy 2 cards is quite good. Another glass card thing. Let's just destroy the 2. Get these 2 cheapos out of here. I'm here for the big bills, boys. only go big. Only go big. So this is what I'm talking about here, is in terms of wanting to pick up the reroll on the boss round. All club cards are debuffed. We're kind of fine with clubs being taken out, but if we're out here building towards spades and spades were going to get debuffed, then we'd have a serious problem. And so nothing too worrisome there. The tarot cards are a decent pickup, and upgrading full houses I don't care about too much. We might look to skip this first round, but I think we still have a bit of work to do in terms of removing the bad stuff out of our deck. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and take this 5 out. 5 of clubs. See ya. What's happening? I mean, we have trip jacks in hand. None of them are spades. Maybe we just take a discard like this and try to build up to a full house. Jacks full of queens. Yeah, easy round, easy round. Our ice cream's starting to chip away, though. It's starting to melt, if you will. I guess it's starting to melt is a little more appropriate than it's starting to fade away. All right, what do we got? +1 hand size, not terrible. +2 chips for every card remaining in the deck. It's good now, right? As we are at this early stage of the game, you can see how powerful these things are, like the ice cream giving us 90 chips and then hitting like a 10x multiplier on the Joker. It does a lot in terms of carrying you through these early rounds. We are in a kind of deck to where we are actively chipping the cards out of our deck, and so it's not going to be as good, but it's reasonable for right now, right? We can just sell it later, so we'll pick that one up, and I'm gonna buy both of these packs. We got the money for it. What do we got? Add a red seal to a card in your hand. It's not bad. Retriggers a card 1 time. And then convert all cards in hand to a single random suit. Huh. Y'alls want to roll the dice? Huh. I mean, it's interesting, right? So you'd have like the 25% chance to hit the spades, which is what we would want. But the spades are also the like least populous suit within the hand. Is it? No, I guess that's not true. The clubs would be the least, but I don't know. I don't have the stones to do it. I feel like we've not done a ton of work in terms of crafting our deck to be spades only, but we've certainly done a non-zero amount. So with this, the wild card 5 of spades isn't terrible. Not opposed to these things that generate planet cards. I guess we could take both of these. Like, I definitely want the wild card 5 of spades. It's like there's a handful of planets that we want to hit, but it's not really on theme with what we're trying to do. Like, even picking up that 5 of spades is kind of questionable in the sense that we're not really looking to like hit it with wild cards, right? It's already the suit that we want it to be. All right, so we'll take that 5 of diamonds out. We're pretty close to the diamond flush. Maybe we shouldn't have sent it away so quickly. What's left in our deck? 15 spades, but then only 6 diamonds. Yeah, I think it's a touch. I think we probably just want to be discarding to spades every time. Why is this all messed up? Let's get rid of these cheap ones. We can hang on to the pair of jacks. Okay. Now where are we at? King, king, jack, jack. Didn't really pick up any spades though. I think we'd take the 3 discard here. I don't know, some math nerd would be able to figure out if it's better to just discard the full 5 and keep the options open for the 2 pair, or just go out and start looking for spades, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, we're out of discards at this point. So I think we just want to play like pair of jacks and then play the other cards with it to use it as kind of a pseudo discard, right? And then we'll just try and build up to spades from this point. There has to be a ton of them left in our deck, right? Probably just win the round anyways. it doesn't need that much thought because our early game is already so strong. All right, here's the flush that'll get us there easily. I mean, it is slightly relevant, right? Our ice cream chips away with every hand that we play, so we would like to we would like to play the smallest number of hands as possible, especially with the bonus money you get at the end of the round and stuff, but wasn't too big of a pain point there. All right, what's in this? X1 multiplier for each empty joker slot. No, we're never going to use that. And then 50 chips for playing a pair. No, thank you. Let's open the packs. All right, played aces give bonuses. It's not terrible. We are trying to build up to that royal flush kind of space, but we don't have any other ace build-arounds at this point. What's this other one? All face cards become gold cards when played. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm interested in any of those. We get to upgrade the hands we want. Straight flushes in here. So what is that? High card, straight flush, 3 of a kind, 2 pair, and pair. So we definitely want straight flush. I kind of lean towards upgrading 2 pair along the way. Maybe we should just upgrade 1 pair. Right, I do take kind of like in that previous round to where we'll occasionally just start playing some shit because we don't have any discards left. That's what I kind of think of in the terms of upgrading some of those smaller planets, right? It seems a little better to upgrade like 1 pair than 3 of a kind or something. All right, I didn't quite read that. As our clubs are canceled? Yeah. Hang on, I still want to activate our trading card. Let's see, very close to a flush up here. Just look for another spade. Yeah, that's all of it. I got to stop and check if we're going to hit the straight flushes out here. Doesn't look like it's going to be nearly a possibility. What if we do the flush like this? Just go ahead and get the debuffed one included, so then we can keep the 5 and the 6. Well, I guess there's not a lot of reason to do that. We could somehow magically find a different set of like flushes we want to play towards, and want that wild card 5. It just I see these like smaller pairs, and we've discarded a bunch of big stuff. It seems like there might be some space to hit straight flushes in the middle end, but maybe that's too ambitious. Still worth hanging on to, though. You can complete a flush with it, even though we don't get the bonus value out of it. We're there. A little bit short. Kind of leaning towards just giving one of these. We'll play this high card jack just to cycle this garbage out of our hand. We got 8 spades in our deck, so we're going to be super likely to hit a to hit a flush on this next go around. We're pretty close, right? We got 2,800 or so off of our. Oh, we just got there anyways. just the misprint rolling through. Easy game. All right, so who's here now? Earned $5 if 3 or more face cards are discarded at the same time. That directly goes against the trading card we're using. And then the first face card you play, or the first face card gives X2 multiplier when scored. It's not bad. I could see going ahead and taking it in place of ice cream. What's this other stuff? Raise the cap on interest. Sure. I mean, we're rolling in the dollars. Why not? Why not just get a little bit more? Nothing greedy about that. And I'm going to pick up this face card multiplier. Hi. So what do we got here? All spade cards are debuffed. Now I don't remember what it takes to get to re-roll this, right? We bought the re-roll voucher. Where are you at? Did we buy it? Re-roll boss blind ante 1 time per ante. How do we use this, right? Do we have to be on the boss blind to click on it? Maybe so. Those aren't bad Joker buffs to pick up, but I'm still really on board with just discarding these cards that we don't want and thinning out our deck in a positive way. All right, so we got this 4 spade hand. Kind of building to a straight flush in there, but I don't think it's really necessary to go for it. Let's see if our 7 of spades blows up. Nope. That should be enough right there on its own. Got him. I'm curious at what point you ever want to take the Joker out of your deck that that keeps taking the cards out. It's interesting to me in the sense that, you know, like once you say on like the last round, doesn't do anything positive, and so I'm not gonna try and take this to infinity rounds. We'll just get up to see if we can beat 8 and call it a day, and so that's kind of where we stand there. But the other Joker is the lusty Joker. he's feeling hot out here. But played cards with Heart Suit give a bonus multiplier. We're not trying to play towards hearts. Otherwise, I want to stay over 50 gold so we get that max interest. I think we can still just take this double tarot card and be good to go. We'll bonus up a $3 next turn and be up at that max money again. So what do we got? Turn something into glass, sure thing. Not worried about money. Don't need to pick up Joker value. It's only $8 anyways, not very much. Destroy 2 cards is always good. Convert cards to spades, good as well. And that looks like where we probably want to be, right? We're going to... I think I want to do this. I'm going to... Oh, we have to use them immediately. I was going to say, I want to just buy the convert to spades. And then see if we can't just build a flush in the middle of combat if we need to. But we have to use it right now, so we can't do that. So we'll make the highest value ones spades, and then we'll destroy the 2 lowest value ones. Not bad. Score 9,000. Easy. Surprised we haven't started just smashing straight flushes yet. Oh no. Oh man, hang on. Can we still do this? If first discard of round... Fuck. I had like straight flushes on the mind and I fucked that up. That's the second time we've done that this game. Damn. Whoops. Sometimes you just get excited, you know. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You were out there watching the finals of the final Runeterra Open. Somebody's out there playing Jinx. Casting Get Exciteds. Sad day. What just happened? Why didn't we immediately win? Was that not a flush that we hit? This level 4 straight flush is going to do it though. I'll tell you that. Million points incoming. Did we sell the wrong no, we just missed on the misprint. Feels like our multipliers aren't really hitting anymore. Something seems very strange with what happened. It is about time to get rid of these kind of static value things, right? Pushing into round 5 out here. Getting 100 chips doesn't do nearly as much on round 5 as it does on round 1. And so we're going to try and start looking for some more kind of multiplicative abilities if we can find them. But not really looking to pick up the 4 of a kind card. Destroy 2 cards, always good. Just spend all this money. Well, we got full house upgrade, pair upgrade, 4 of a kind. Let's take full house. Well, maybe we should actually just go for the pair, right? We talked about that a little bit earlier as to where sometimes we just have to play a pair to discard stuff out of our hand. I think we can feel pretty good about that. What is this? It's unfortunately a club, but it has a bunch of specials on it, right? Gold and foil. It's not completely unreasonable to think to hang on to these steel cards, right? They get to sit in your hand and give the bonus multipliers without playing it, but I feel like we're going to be discarding this thing every time. I'm just going to skip over all of these. Like, if it's not a spade, I don't think I'm really interested in it. Now, how do we re-roll this? Right? Did we miss the point to where you're able to re-roll this stuff? Is this where we just come in and lose now? I bought the thing so we could re-roll it, right? How to re-roll boss blind one time per ante at $10 a roll. We have $10. We're on the boss blind. There's not anything over here to the right to click on. Oh, okay, top left. Found it. I was like half a second away from just going, fuck it. I guess that's where the video was going. But nice. That's weird. It was up here in the top left. I had no idea where it was going to be, but strange. But here, this shows a little bit what I was talking about earlier in terms of these hidden cards, right? Going high to low, we know that this card right here that I'm trying to highlight between king and queen is either a king or a queen, right? Because it shows up between those two. Everything to the left, these three blues to the right, should all be jack or less kind of cards, but we don't quite know what it is. Now, one of the interesting things you can do that I'll probably never sit around and figure out, like take the time to do, but I'm sure people will, is that you can kind of map this out, right? We know that this one is either a king or a queen. The singular one I'm over here I'm trying to highlight. Then you can sort by suit, and they move. And so I guess it is a spade, right? It's not moving regardless of how we reorganize, but you can see these cards to the right reorganize a little bit as we switch between suit and stuff. And so just an important thing to take note of. So let's just discard this card to the right. I still want to nuke that stuff out. It shouldn't be a spade because it didn't move down into the spades. Now we can just play this very big flush. Only 2,000? That was not a very big flush. I take back everything I said. Jesus. All right, we gotta find something decent in here. This is painful. I feel like this is probably the round we lose then. Like, that was such a small number of coins to pick up. So we should be able, if we want, we can do this. It should be a guaranteed 2 pair. I mean, is it that big of a deal that we haven't been playing towards straights? Like those 100 chips just don't feel like that big of a deal to me. Hang on to the 3, 4, 5. Maybe we do something like this to where this should be a guaranteed pair, and then we can start trying to build towards a straight or towards a flush. Our hand doesn't really build towards anything else otherwise. Ooh, nasty. Let's see if we can get some of that knowledge on this guy, right? Looks like we can play the flush off of our hidden card. It's like, man, it has to be that one of those 7 of spades, right? And so would we rather just say like play aces and then try and shoot towards the straight flush, right? We get 3 hands to play and we have 1 discard left after this. And I am pretty confident that this hidden card is a 7 of spades. So we would need to, we're not quite there. We need to pick up a 6 of spades, which Looks like, I mean, we still have one in our deck. All right, let's take it that way. Did we? God, did we? I was fucking around with that hidden card, and I think we actually ended up just playing it. I think that's what happened there. Oh, Jesus. All right. So I think this should still be a spade built towards a flush. But we're like, this is another round to where we can only play pairs. We're gonna have to decide the way we want to go. Like, I think it has to be towards spades. And we just need to discard all of these big cards. Where does that look to put us? Right, we know we have another spade here in the middle. If we assume that that's a 7 of spades that we're trying to highlight here. The real kind of wild card in this space is what this other one would be. Has to be, okay. I was curious if it was going to fit in the space to where we could make a higher end straight flush. So say it was like a 10 of spades. It feels like a little bit safer if we have 7, 8, 9, 10 of spades. And then we could still hit the 6 on the bottom end. But being left of the 10, it shouldn't quite fit in that way. I don't know. I'm leaning towards just playing this flush, but it feels like when you play a flush like this is something to where you're just trying to not lose instead of win. Like it doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like the flushes are quite good enough. Like if it's like 8, 9, 10 jack, but we don't know if this is a jack or not. We can also just play high card. Suit, sort, rank, sort. All right, I'm gonna play the high card and see if we can't build into that straight flush. Should have kept that 10 of spades, shouldn't we have? Or was, oh, the 10 of spades was the one that we didn't know about. God, that's kind of brutal. That's kind of brutal, right? So we, of course things roll through this way now. With the 10 of hearts coming up at the end. That would have given us the 10, 9, 8, 7. I guess we didn't have a 6. So there should be another 7 of spades in the middle. Not necessarily a 7, either a 7 or 8. Alright. Well, fuck. Here's to the high roll on the multiplier joker, hey. Oh jeez. We got our glass thing going. Does that count? 80 by 24 doesn't seem like enough. Whew, alrighty. Damn. That felt like things were going so good. I know we messed up a couple of rounds in there in terms of our exhausts or whatever they're called in this game, getting this stuff out of the deck, but man, that was one I felt like we were doing so well, and then it just tanked right there at the end. But nonetheless, I feel like that was a pretty good learning experience. We figured out how to do the reroll. We figured out some of the deck building things. We're getting closer and closer and closer in these runs to where we're going to start leveling up, and I feel like with a little bit more experience, we're really going to pop off in here. So nonetheless, good game. I had fun with that. I hope you did too, because that is going to do it for us today. So if everyone enjoyed the video, hope you maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bustin' We. Thank you for being here.